What's up out there, subscribers? We got a nice one for today. This is just a general topic. On the internet, I think something that's going viral as far as and black people as far as social media. We got Dr. Umar Johnson putting a video out to black people. No, I'm sorry, to rappers. Goodness, to rappers. And so we're gonna kind of look at it and see what's going on with it, and we're gonna give our opinions, and we hope that you give your opinions in the under the video. So let's go. Let's see. All right, so Dr. Umar Johnson. Let's listen to what he has to say. Let's listen to what he has to say right now on this particular topic. Okay.
And let me say something to you gangster rappers. Let me
What
deal
happened?
with this.
All right. So,
I gotta say something to the gangster
here we
rappers.
go. We're playing.
I know
we
a lot
just
of y'all
letting
support me, y'all
listen
text
to
me, y'all
what
show
he
me
has
love.
to say.
But I gotta say something to y'all Negroes.
Unfortunately,
And I ain't talking to all of you, but most of you. Now those of y'all who come with a balanced album, I'm gonna grant you a little bit of
the actual
respect,
video playing right
because
now.
at least
So,
you got an A side full
know,
of garbage, but you got a
we
B
just
side
want
full
to
of
kinda,
positivity.
make
So at
sure
least
that
you
we
try.
put
I'm
it
gonna
out
work
there
with y'all.
so that
I'm
we
gonna work
can
with y'all. But
have
you
a discussion
Negroes
on it,
who
because
got
it is
12,
actually
15,
something that we talk
16
about all the
albums
time,
of gangsterism,
and it
selling
is
dope,
realistically
sexually
dealing with the
exploiting black women,
responsibility
going to
that,
jail, worshiping European
people of color
materialism.
have
You
when
Negroes
they're
ain't nothing
in
more
the public
than a
eye,
modern day
especially
Uncle
those that are
Tom,
going
Uncle
towards
Remus,
the
buck
youth,
dancing coon ass,
that
worshiping
are
materialism,
basically gearing
got our
their
kids strung
music
out on
towards the
cars
youth,
and
people
clothes.
that
You
are,
Negroes ain't nothing
quite
but a
frankly, to
modern
be honest with you,
Sambo
too
ass.
young to
You
even,
so gangster. You so
according to our
gangster,
society.
but you don't never talk that
According to
shit
our
to the
society,
white
too young to
executives in
to
New York,
digest the material.
Atlanta, or LA. Them
'Cause we
white
putting
boys
out
tell
all
you
these
fake
restrictions of
gangsters
ages
where to
and
go and
material
what to
on
do.
things,
You
on
Negroes
movies
need
and
to
things
get your
like that
act together.
that we have, that we put up, at
Facts. I
least
don't
to.
care if you don't like it. I'm tired of turning on the
But
damn TV and I
when
see
you know that
Negroes
majority,
worshiping chains, worshiping cars.
when you
The
know that
only
the
black women in
majority
your video are the highest, yellowest yellow. And some of you Negroes got videos
of
now
your
where all the women in the video is
audience
white.
is
You's
a
a
certain
damn
age, you
Uncle
have
Remus. You ain't no
responsibility, but I'm
gangster. You's a
actually kinda
Uncle
talking
Remus
about
ass Negro.
Dr.
Take it. I
Umar.
don't care if you don't like it. You Negroes ain't helping nothing.
All right, so
Every rap
we're
song, the
gonna,
same shit. Money,
So
women, kill somebody, go to jail,
I
smoke
guess the
some
question
weed,
is
worship
going to
materialism.
be-
Money,
the question is going to
women,
be is,
kill somebody, go to jail,
what
smoke some weed, worship. I'm
what
tired
is
of
our
it.
responsibility? What are their responsibility as rappers? Now, and I'll go into the quote, I guess, a little deeply for Mr. Hopkins that didn't hear it. He was like that they're most of it's okay, I guess, if you have a balanced track, and what he considers balance is actually having like some actual topics or about social issues and just issues in life outside of the few things that he named that are always on every record, as far as degrading women, smoking dope, or involved in a gang life or life or that like that, and he gave a few topics, and to be honest with you, very few people venture outside of that those few topics and continuously do music, especially in our community. It seems like but that's not all that's going on. I just don't understand how we can go from artists of the artists of the 50s and 60s and 70s where they actually was about. I mean, like, come on, what's going on? Like, do we want to give that? You want to give up that type of, what I'm saying, power and movement that you have with your music? Do we not want what's going on? And no, that's now that type of song is actually tame, but he was, heavily criticized when he put that out. That he shouldn't be, but I mean, it's one of my favorite Marvin Gaye songs, what I'm saying, that's actually talking about something. And Marvin talked about it. He could wine and dine a woman and anything else that he wanted to do, but he would venture off and talk about, just life. What's going on right now. That's what and nobody's talking about what's going on right now. It's everybody stuck into those few little things that they're saying as far as the music. And being an artist, I know that you may have a different perspective on this. What do you think about his comments? Mr. Hopkins.
Yes, sir.
So what do you think about his comments?
Man, I really think that Dr. Umar's done got a lot. He done got angry, man. For whatever reason. Like, he's done got angry at rappers for whatever reason. And I don't know why, but I just don't feel like rappers are obligated to educate the youth, or I don't feel like that's what they're here for.
Well, yeah, you're not according to the new age, and if we're gonna move into this society and completely blend into the society, because that's what we're doing. This is a melting pot. You have to melt away, your culture, anything that America doesn't like about your culture. But in our culture, it was each one teach one. We don't believe that. We don't believe that no more. I do believe you have responsibility. Everybody has a responsibility. Everybody's a teacher. And that's how we thought, man. You most of the most important lessons that I ever got were not in the classroom. They were talking to men of great stature that took time to sit out and talk to me. And when they had no reason to.
But answer this question. What do you want Future to teach your child?
I'm not asking Future to teach my child. I'm not saying that, because Future,
I'm saying, what would you want him to teach your child?
All we're saying it is that I personally hear music online of people spitting positive stuff that is just as good as what is being played, because realistically most of the people are enamored by the music, because that's what we love. To be honest with you, we act like that. We act like the drums ain't language. It was a language to us, bruh. The drums is talking to you. You know what I'm saying? The drums are talking to you because that's where we was at. You know what I'm saying? That's a language to us. So we had so they can talk to you with the drums, and then have another message over here that has nothing to do with the drum. It had nothing to do with the flow and the positivity and the rising of the music and the drums and everything. But you're sucking in this other stuff, and I don't think it has to be that way, especially when you know your audience. The difference is, this is the difference. If in other societies, if your music, they'll come to you, they'll do your music. If when you put your music out, your audience that you're buying, that's buying your music, is a certain genre, you need to move your material to best fit your audience. So if your audience is 18 and younger, then your material should fit 18 and younger. And other demographics, they are able to do that. in our the stuff that is realistically 21 or older is going to kids on the radio constantly, and everybody says, okay, well, what about metal? What metal radio stations do you know are they pumping that music? They're pumping this daily to your community. You can say that, yeah, they have, the other people have, bad genres, but that's not the one that they put out front. And it's specifically that way because a lot of those metal rockers are good enough that they should be on the level of some of the other people, but they're not pushing that to. That is them allowing some of their kids to go off and do something different, and that's fine. We can allow some of them to do that because that is what freedom of speech is. But as far as what you're directing, what is the main thing, like you actually have a genre called gangster rap, you know what I'm saying? That is that is the genre is criminal in its very essence as a word.
I mean, I'm gonna beg to differ because we were having this conversation about entertainment, right? So we know that you can watch TV. You can watch TV and you can hear all kind of language. Language that you wouldn't want your child listening to. Therefore, you tell your child go into another room. You put something on that's suitable for your children, right?
Correct.
Right. So why won't people understand that this is the same thing that needs to be done for music? Everything that you hear is not for certain people, and it doesn't has an age. You could be 40, and just because you don't want to hear something, because you don't want to hear the club music, for instance, you don't want to hear the Future because you know what? I'm probably a J. Cole type of person. I'm probably a Kendrick Lamar type person. Mm-hmm. So you're going to gravitate towards something else. But even that isn't suitable for some children. You know what I mean? Even the positive messages you want to, because
and that is
at the end of the day,
more an indictment
even your
of the
greatest
state
artist is trying to entertain
that is
you.
More an indictment of the state of the music than it is diffusing my argument. It is sad that's where it is. I cannot, if I, like for instance, I'm not no huge Will Smith fan, but Will Smith made good music. And I would buy a Will Smith album, but those people are like pretty much marginalized and pushed out, and not, that.
No, they're not. They're not. Because
where is that? Why don't you have that genre? Whatever Will Smith is, bottle it up.
It's pop. That's called pop. You have pop artists. You have a lot of Will Smith is
not saying
hip hop and pop. I wouldn't say pop so much for Will Smith.
I don't, and see, that's the thing. That's the whole thing of what we're trying to do. We're label it away. That's what I'm saying. You'll label it away from your. Would you not agree that now music is changing. Music is changing, but currently gangster rap was pretty much a black genre.
Any part of rap is black, and there's.
Oh no, you can't say that anymore. No, you can't. You're not watching TV. You're not watching TV.
Hold on.
You can't say that anymore.
Listen to what I'm saying. Let me finish. Let me finish. Okay. The culture always is going to accept people who accept it. Just because you see people who aren't black doesn't mean black people aren't in the forefront of the culture. You can't name, and I'm not making this about race, but you can't think of a white person who runs the music. You know what I mean? We know who some of the best ones are, but say for instance, Eminem, we're just going to use Eminem because he is one of the best lyricists, black or white. He's one of the best black or white.
I mean, so you bringing up
The
Eminem
culture
was not.
accepts who accepts it.
Mm-hmm.
He had to accept the culture,
Right.
but the culture wasn't his. You understand
All
what I'm
right.
saying?
Okay then. Okay, we'll break this down. See now, because this is how it is. You have to take people outside of where they looking at. You know what I'm saying? Where they feel like they coming from and look at it all way. Okay then. So that is an acceptable answer. But let's look at this. How do you think everyone outside of what do you think people would say? Everyone outside of African American demographic would look at gangster rap. Would they say that is a black genre of music? Would they say that? Would they agree with that?
Yeah, they would say that. Yeah,
they would say that. They would say that.
Right.
And that is what percentage of the country, of the world, there's not just realistically looking at it as, and I'm saying African American because realistically we got the world following us as far as that music. Realistically, these people
music,
here,
American music is the #1 export in America.
So we influence a lot more than we actually are given credit for. But I just think that you know that. So when you say pop, then you automatically are saying that you're not necessarily doing a black genre of music. That's what I'm saying. Why can't we have a term? Why can't we have a term for, if we're gonna have pop or something that's like that term? Where is the term for that, so that you can have that classified, so that these record companies cannot ignore whatever this genre that is missing from our music that we feel like there's not being represented.
All right. Say for instance, let's say the NWA, and you're more familiar with NWA than I am, or Public Enemy.
Now, everybody understand that I listen to. I love.
No, I
music.
said familiar.
I love music. I love music. Go ahead. I love all types
of
music.
Familiar.
That's where I'm at.
I said familiar though. You're more familiar with them than I am. I was when I was listening to Public Enemy, I was 6 years old, so I didn't have a big idea of what they were talking about. I just knew the music jam, right? NWA. We talk about, fuck the police. I had never had a bad experience with police at 5, 6 years old, right? Mm-hmm. So when we talk about, that gangster rap, you have to start understanding what they're talking about. Public Enemy were conscious rappers, but they were angry. The way that they came across, they were angry because this was their daily life. NWA, this is what they were going through. It was gangster.
I'm sorry, man. I'm not gonna say that they were angry. I'm not gonna agree with that. I think that because
you mean to tell me you can be oppressed and not be angry?
This is what I'm saying. We're not angry now. Like, if we could get angry, and if we get angry, then you have LA riot stuff. People are not angry. Nobody, black folks are not walking around angry. And I hate the perception of it. And I hope we start getting our vocab on that we do.
When you have a reason to be that way,
coming up, huh?
I'm not saying that we walk around being angry.
That there's a certain bravado or that there is. It's like a lion's roar, to be honest with you. The bass that you have in the voice. One of the greatest men that I met in my life, Mr. Douglas, is what's his name? He had a court up there, and the realness of it is, and this is why Dr. Umar talks about bringing black men into the schools and why you can't have the school without black male teachers. This man could come outside and he could say one word. Hey.
Right.
Every grown man, everybody stop. Ain't nobody cussing, nobody doing nothing. Everybody, you know what I'm saying. But it was a respect, you know what I'm saying. It was a respect that you had for them, and then you you know what you got like it's not you stop fight. Like I seen grown men stop fights by raising their voice, bruh. That's what we don't understand. Like when you in the school, nigga, grown men stop fights by raising their voice. They ain't even gotta hit nobody. Right. They ain't gotta spank. Whereas you trying to tackle them and wrestle them down, nigga. If it's a real dude in there and the real dude get mad, you finna sit your butt down. You know what I'm saying? Or you gonna either, if you at that point that you're gonna go ahead and test it, then this is what we need there. If they're gonna decide they're gonna test, you know what I'm saying, in the schools. I do agree with that with that perspective. But man, that's this is such a deep topic. Realistically, should just be we should just almost do just a series on you know, just rap and the culture, and you know where it started, how it got to where it got to, and what it is currently now, you know, and does it really represent black people initially and even into now, you know, because you know, like we are on hip hop, we really don't want to let it go, even though it's you know, it's, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's time for something else. We creative people like that. I just think we missing something. It's another genre. It's the new genre is yet to come. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see some different type of artists, or some people create some different type of music that move people. Because man, I think some of the people need to get back on these guitars and stuff, because I have seen.
And that's, I think it is, man. I think Dr. Umar, man, need to open his ears up. It's a lot of good music. It's a lot of positive music.
No, and see, that's the thing. He didn't call out everybody. That's what I'm saying. He specifically made it clear as to which ones he was talking to, as far as how he felt like your CD was set up. Because like realistically, man, like I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. You got something outside of gangster. You got something in your life outside of gangster. I don't care who you are.
So you mean to tell me you can listen to Kendrick Lamar and say he's a gangster?
I'm not saying Kendrick Lamar is a gangster. I haven't talked about anyone, but I'm just saying that he's just like saying,
but
okay.
I'm just saying, like, when there are mainstream artists out here who are positive, and I mean they make a positive impact. If you chose to, I feel they would make a positive impact if you chose to let your kids listen to them. Mm-hmm. I mean, how many artists have you ever heard with a song called King Kunta?
But you know what I mean? This is the thing. King Kunta probably would, if you own the radio stations in your neighborhoods, King Kunta probably would be playing 1 billion times, but you don't, and it's about who lacing whose pockets, and then you got some foolishness that's playing 100 times in your neighborhood, and I have been this way, man. I have been this way, and you know, one of my friends pointed it out to me, like you could start off, you know, like the first time you hear, like and you really just don't like the song, but they just play so many times that you just like, you know, you find something, you find a particular part, you know, that's why people like a lot of times that's why folks break down on them songs. They be like, oh, this is my part, because this is what, after I listened to it 1,000 times, this is the part that I enjoyed the most, and so y'all need to be quiet and join in on this right here. This is my part right here, you know what I'm saying? But did I necessarily like the you know? So I mean, and I have songs, man. Like I have songs. A lot of these songs, like I said, this is how I say it is. It used to be that maybe it was only one verse that you like on this album, you know, on a song. Like you can get to a song and it's a hit song and it's not one verse on it that you like. That's, you know what I'm saying, that's good. I mean, like I witnessed like a really nice art exhibit. You know what I'm saying? That was well put together. And I see whole songs that are nothing but hooks. That's what I see. So and it's realistically of course it's going to be catchy. That's what catches people in the first place. So if you go on a song with nothing but hooks, of course you're gonna find somebody gonna catch. You're gonna get this part. This gonna catch on some other person, So it is what it is. I mean, it's smart business. It's just that they, I think even in the genre, even the way that they're doing it, it's just the topics, it's the material that you cover, and we'll get into actually how I rank rappers, because this is almost about to go into the points of how I rank rappers and myself, and that's a video for another time. But man, that was that's basically what I had to say on Dr. Umar's thing. I think he has a point, and then I think those that offended, the ones that he did offend, I think that you should listen to him, and I think that realistically, if you offended, I think you should talk to him face to face. I think a lot of people like this, especially a man like this that actually will talk something out. Most of y'all need to, if you got a problem with him, this man will talk to you. So if there were rappers that were offended, get at this man, talk to him, and you see where he coming from. Maybe he can see where you coming from. That's all I got to say on that, y'all. And we out, man. Subscribe, y'all. Subscribe.